Holy cow, I never go live on YouTube. I never go live anywhere because I like to hide behind my ability to edit, right? And nobody will hear my ums and my ahs and my but what I'm really finding is lately I'm spending a lot of time recording my videos and then spending a lot of time editing them and just going through and trying to make them, better, more interesting. But I don't honestly think that the content is getting that much better, and it's killing me as far as time. And so today's video is about a content challenge. Hey, Philip. Hey, it's a good thing you jumped on because I'm talking about you to you because today is the first day of our challenge. So I'm super excited that you're here. So anyway, the point of coming on today is it's January. It is the new year. And I talked in my video a couple days ago about saying goodbye to 2019 and saying hello to 2020. And so here we are. It's time to put up or shut up. I have been really slacking off on blog content and, oh, hey, yeah, you were working on an email. So yeah, okay, I'm glad you dropped in because, again, I'm calling you out. I'm totally calling you out. I said I was going to do it, and everybody, like all 4 people who watch my videos, are going to know that you are in on this challenge. So anyway, I've tried 3 times to say, So it's January, and I'm going to start the year out with a content challenge. And so, in the comments of my 2019-2020 video, we just several people were chatting about potentially jumping in and being accountability partners and about trying to get out of the gate, just because it's so hard to really get content published consistently. And so I'm calling out Phillip. Phillip, and I'm putting up my teleprompter here. You can see I invested a ton of money in 2020 for the teleprompter. Phillip, who is over there in the chat, has committed to getting 40 articles done in the month of January of at least 1,000 words. So his goal in January is to get 40,000 words posted to one of his sites with 40 articles. Let's see, Filippo, I'm sorry if I butchered your name. You'll have to let me know how to pronounce it exactly so that when you participate in these, that I will pronounce it better. But he gave me his goals in the comments of my 2019-2020 video, which I think are great. I'm going to be checking back on those and then jumping in and bothering you. Filippo, whenever I see you, I'm going to be asking you about your goals because, we want to support each other and all try to get January to be this month where we can really jump out and get a lot of content published. David Barker was another guy who said that he was interested in a challenge. He was thinking, okay, I think I could get 10 articles done, but it would be really great to get 15 to 20 articles done. So David, if you are seeing this video and you want to commit, oh, hey, there you are. You saw me call you out. I saw your comments and you never committed specifically to what you were willing to commit to for January. Now, here's the thing about accountability, right? About these challenges. There is no point in committing to the amount of content that would be impossible because all you do is fail and all you do is feel terrible. I've done this to myself 100,000 times and I might be just about ready to do it to myself again, but I just can't help myself. I just can't. So David, if you are in, please over there in the chat box, just tell us what it is that you want to do for January. If you are in, say, what sort of content that you are going to try to get done in January so that when we get to the end, it'll be this whatever, and we can, support you along the way. I'm going to do these ridiculous videos and feel like a moron and coming on here and just saying, hey, here's what I've got done. Here are the challenges, here's where I need help. And, anybody else can jump in and chime in and say, here's what's working and what isn't. I feel like YouTube, right? Everybody's spending all their time like trying to get followers. And I don't really see what the point is in that. I'm not trying to sell anybody anything. I've been trying to rack my brain to see what is the point of this. And for me, building these content sites and trying to make money with display advertising, I don't have anything to sell here, and I'm not sending traffic from here to my websites. And so really the primary thing that YouTube can do for me is to be a community for me to share with and to have people to be able to share their successes and failures, and we can support and help each other grow. I just don't see this as being a channel where I'm going to be really focused on monetizing it and trying to get you guys and gals and to buy stuff from me. So what is the point of this otherwise? Just getting subscribers to make my ego feel good. I mean, that so far has been a waste a waste of time, aside from the fact that I have connected with people like Phillip and Filippo and John Davis. And hey, John, I'm calling you out. When you watch this, you better comment, because I am calling you out. You have supported me a ton. So drum roll. What am I committing to? If you've seen the comments of my 2019-2020 video, you will know that I have made a lofty goal for myself as usual, because I can't help myself. So I, like Phillip, am planning on trying to get 40 posts done in the month of January, except that all of my posts are long form content. And so the goal is to get 40 posts with the minimum of 100,000 words of new content for my case study website. I have like a soft goal of trying to get 1 million new words on my case study site in 2020. And my goal is to try to write as much of that as possible. And so, 1 million words, like crafted by myself, considering how badly I did in 2019 of being consistent and getting content out there, might be a real stretch. All right, I see David just popped in. I'm looking over at the comments. David says he's got a goal of 20 posts, 1,500 to 2,000 words on your main site, and starting a new site. And so you have already selected the niche and am doing your keyword research. That's great. I did a bunch of my keyword research in the last month, sort of leading up to this. I had actually planned to outsource these articles that I'm planning on writing, and then I'm just going to jump in and do it. I don't want to wait for people. I don't want to wait for articles. I don't want to wait anymore. I feel like the time is now to get stuff posted, because you just got to get it up there, and Google can't get a hold of it and churn it and start sending people to it if it's in the hands of a writer somewhere, if I'm only getting one article a week or one article a month or whatever. And I'm not good at managing multiple writers. Let's just face it. I'm not good at stuff like that. The thing that I'm really best at is doing the research and pounding out the article and hitting the publish button. So that is what I'm going to do in the month of January. It also means that I will probably be doing more live streams, and luckily the content on my channel isn't, massively edited, and it isn't massively awesome. So it's not going to be that much different, except that there will be fewer jump cuts cutting out my inane stupidity and my ums and the time that I spent thinking about trying to find the right way to say something. And hey, if you were watching this, please do me the favor of going over to the live chat and just typing something to let me know that you are here. I see that there's 7 people here, and I see Phillip and I see David, and the rest of you are hiding out and pretending and not jumping in to let me know that you are here, and also whether or not you have any goals. Now, if you are thinking about a personal content challenge for January, or you're watching this after the fact, in the replay, just go into the comments and tell everyone, share it with everyone. It's one thing to just sit on it, right? And to be I would really like to do that, the wishpreneur thing. I wish that I could get more content up there, or it would be great to get 20 new posts. But if you don't put it out there, you don't write it down, you don't tell anybody, then there's no accountability. There's nobody to be back there and saying, hey, let's make this real. What can we do to support you to help make this real? So is it Emil? Hi, if I got the name right, I'm sorry that I didn't. I'm happy. I don't know that I've talked to you before, but Happy New Year. I am curious to know more about your journey. What are you working on? Is there anything that the people in this group, who many of them know way more than I do, what can we help you with? Welcome to the community. Let's start using this YouTube channel as less like a focus on me, because frankly, I'm not as interesting as the people who have been participating in the last couple of months in this channel and on these videos. So again, go to the comments, let me know what you're working on. If you see this after the fact, let me know what you are working on, what your goals are, what do you want to get accomplished in January of 2020. I'm going to try to take this year in bites, rather than saying in 2020, I want to earn a certain amount of money, which never works. I want to get a certain amount of traffic, which again, I have no control over. The only thing with a content site that I have control over is how much content I can get published. I can't force people to the site. I can't force people to click on things. I've jumped into Ezoic and I'm loving it. And for now, it's just about creating content. So yes, and yeah, passionate and stubborn. Those are, Phillip says that passionate and stubborn. Those are the two qualities that you basically have to imbibe if you are going to make it in this content site, making money with display advertising deal. Like, you have to be so ridiculously stubborn. You can't give up even when your site gets hammered by Google, when you're not making the money that you thought you were, when you post an article that does absolutely nothing. You have to be almost stupid, right? Stupidly stubborn to go back and hammer your head on a situation or a circumstance when everything that you've heard about it, that you know about pain, says it's time to stop, right? The way that you learn, it's like, to succeed on the internet, you have to push past pain where logically you should just stop. You've invested too much money. It's time to cut bait and move on. And to succeed on the internet, you have to completely push past those moments. Let's see, Brian Fritch. Hey, Brian, you're also a new name to me. Welcome. A brand new site. That's awesome. Have the niche, working on design for conversion, optimization, and content creation. Love it. No, that's so true. You only fail when you give up. That is 100% the truth, especially when it comes to online stuff. I mean, you think about it, like the big names who are making money in display advertising, I don't know them all, right? If you know, like if you follow somebody who's super experienced, drop it in the comments and let me know who I should follow. You know, there's Spencer what's his face, and there's John what's his face, and there's all these guys that are kind of selling courses now. These guys have been at it for years, right? It's not just, 12 months ago they started a site, now they're making $50,000. I mean, some of these guys are in years 7, 8, 9, and 10 to get to that point. And so for us, when we're just getting in, have to be prepared to be stupidly passionate, stupidly stubborn, and to push through and to continue to stick with it. Because, I mean, I hate to say this out loud, but I've failed at this so many times, right? I started a site and then it didn't work, and then I didn't stick with it. And honestly, what I did wrong in every single case was I quit. I gave up. I thought, this is never going to work. It's never going to work. And then, of course, it doesn't work when you quit, when you let the domain go, when you cancel hosting, all those things. There was no chance that the site could ever succeed. And so I have some sites that got hit pretty hard by the Google algorithm in 2019, but instead of unloading them for cheap, I'm going to stick with them. I'm going to hang in there and continue creating content with them and just ride it out. The case study, I'm super excited. It's doing really well. It's gaining month on month with traffic. And so I'm going to focus my efforts there, but I'm not going to quit on the other ones. I'm just going to right now hyper focus on one site and get lots of content up there. And then we'll see. So I'm going to, again, just put it out there for the world, for people who just jumped in. This is a sort of our accountability stream. I'm going to do more streams and less videos of creating stuff and more documenting of the challenges and trying to build a community around this idea of getting as much content as possible. How many sites do I currently have? Well, I will tell you that I have given up on about 7 sites in the last 2 or 3 years. So I started about 7 and then quit because I felt like I sucked and I didn't know enough. And the truth was that I didn't. I currently have my case study site. I have that I bought from that I started from scratch this year. I have one case study site that I bought from Flippa. It's just sort of as a like a test to see how the process worked, that I'm not working on actively, but it is monetized with AdSense. The Empire Flippers package that I bought last year came with a whole handful of sites, and they're way more than I need. There were 4 monetized sites plus 2 that weren't, so that's another 6 sites, so that's 9 if I'm doing my math right. Did I do my math right? I'm lost. Like, there's 6, 7, 8, and then I have an affiliate site that I started, so that's 9, and there might be one more. So I have 9 or 10, and about, I think 6 of them are monetized currently and are earning currently. Some with AdSense, some are, one is on Ezoic, and one is just straight up affiliate income. Yeah, you're right. When I forget how many sites you have, it's too many. I do plan on trying to unload some of them in the future, but I want to try to build up some of the earnings so that I can just try to get a better multiple for them. I mean, there's small stuff, right? I'm not too worried about getting a bunch of money for them. I just want to try to get the expenses that I invested in them. I mean, I guess you could call them fails, right? Like I got them and I didn't turn them into like money, you know, like there's no gold in there. But for me, every one of these sites has been something that I've learned from. And yep, age domains, of course, you know, sites that are several years old, but I've learned a ton from each of them. So I'm super excited. So anyway, I'm going to try to wrap this up. I've been going on for 15 minutes, which is probably 13 minutes too long. So Philip, I know what your goals are. David, I know what your goals are. Filippo, when you watch this after the fact, I know what your goals are. Darren, somebody I have not called out yet. Darren, if you see this, I think it would be great for you to jump in on the content challenge for January. So if you see this and you decide that you want to get in, that would be awesome. Bryan, if you want to share your goals with the group, I'd love to have them. I'd love to keep up with you on those. And then for me personally, for January, it's 40 posts and 100,000 words. So however those 100,000 words get divided up amongst those 40 posts, it doesn't matter. I'm on the track to try to put up a million new words created myself on the case study in 2020. And so January is the first installment of that. If anybody else has any questions, throw them in the comments right now. If you want me to know that you're here and you want me to shout you out, I'm happy to do it. I was always a little bit scared of streaming, honestly, because I feel like I need to put on like deodorant and like clean up my house. And it's like, it almost feels a little intimate in a way. Like you have the insight into my home and it's live. But again, I'm not seeing any questions over there in the comments. I'll wait maybe another 15 or 30 seconds. And I'm not very good at ad-libbing. It said, that's awesome. There's only 587,000 words in War and Peace. That was quite the slog. And I honestly hope the content I create is more interesting than War and Peace. All right, everyone who's watching, it was fun having you. This is really fun. Maybe if there's enough interest in doing live streams and Q&As, maybe I'll try to schedule one that I'll do regularly. I've had a lot of fun doing this one today, and it's honestly not as bad or as scary as I thought it was. And, you know, thank you so much for watching. And then I will check in a couple days and let you know whether or not I got my stuff done. I'm going to click end stream here in a second. And then I am going to go and start working on that first blog post, because so far, as of January 1st, I have created nothing. But we're going to change that right now. So, hey, everybody, have a great day wherever you are in the world. And whenever you are watching this, take care of yourself. Peace. Did I just say peace? Wow. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm so not cool.